did Pandit Seetahal say that got some Trinidad Hindus very upset? Watch my commentary on it on the Hare Krishna Hot Take. Roll the intro. Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Prema and you are watching the Hare Krishna Hot Take, where I discuss whatever's trending, whatever's on my mind, really, sometimes, and give my own personal Hare Krishna style spin on it. Disclaimer, of course, I do not represent any Hindu organization, not ISKCON, not any Gaudiya Vaishnava organization, not any Hindu organization. These are just my random thoughts and opinions about certain subjects. So let us put on the headphones. As you can see, still held down by a hair tie. If you'd like to sponsor one for me, I'd be more than happy to have a new set of headphones. These are kind of falling apart here. So I was scrolling on Facebook a couple days ago and I saw that the Trinidad Express newspaper happened to make a post on Facebook about something Pandit Sunil Seetahal Maharaj said. And I saw it had 419 comments, 433 shares, 106,000 views. So I thought, well, that's pretty significant. So I wanted to check it out and we will react to it together, see what we think about it. I know Pandit Seetahal, he came to Minnesota. My parents follow him quite a bit. He came to Minnesota over the summer, so I got to meet him personally. We had quite a nice exchange. He's very he's very nice in person, and I quite appreciated his katha that we had that was at the yagya that we went to. That he was giving a discourse for 3 days. He was leading a yagya at Mandir. So I quite appreciated what he had to say. So let's watch together the comments that he made that has sparked this huge controversy that it even got in the paper. I'm scrolling through the articles they have on their Facebook page and it definitely doesn't have as much attention as this one does. So let's see what he says. Hi, hello, Editor Prema here, editing the video that you're watching right now. And I'm realizing that I look really angry in parts of this video. I don't know why. And being kind of condescending, that wasn't my intention at all. I think, yeah, and I'm not even smiling a lot of the time. I don't know why. It's Prema festival here in Mayapur, so it's extremely busy. That day I was at Kirtan Mela and there was a lot going on that day. So might have been just exhausted, but I haven't posted in like a month, so I wanted to make sure to check in with y'all. Of course, no judgment on my side. However you choose to live your life, I wish you the best. Might not be my life, but we all have to make our own choices, of course. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, so that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Father, who is very ill, who can't help himself, and mother, who depend on their son, now have to get up and go in search of him. Do you know how much mothers and fathers have to go in search of their children? Do you know how much sons go to line, and while they're out, mother and father can't sleep? Whole night they're peeping and watching to see when their children will come back. The little girl say, I want to go to the fete. I want all you to come and fete Shivratri night. Make sure you come and fete whole night.
Can I just say something? What is this outfit? Pandit, what are you wearing? It looks like some kind of like Catholic altar boy type outfit. What's up? What's with the giant sleeves? What are we wearing here? It's like a kaftan. Like what? Is this a new style? Is this how all the pundits are wearing their clothes? Is this the new phase of kurtas? Are we tired of the old style kurta? Don't wear this. This don't look good.
Night. Because you leave home and you go back home, you leave sunset and come back sunrise. But this is a sunset sunrise occasion. Come and fete here at the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. Come And if all you like to get wet, we right by the ocean. We go throw some water on you. And if all you like the wet with salt, we go make some squeezy in the water and throw it on you. Huh? Anything to do for God and good and religion and prayers and devotion. You can't do that. Wet in salt. Man. Huh? The fat name stink and dirty.
Let me tell you something. I love to party. Okay? You invite me to a wedding, I'll come dance. A party, like somebody's birthday party or whatever. I'll come, invite me. Have a good time. But why would anyone go somewhere called stinking dirty? Like, what does that say about you? I'm stinking dirty. And you're like proud of that? You're like, let's go see all the stinking dirty people. What is this? What are we doing here? I mean, if the Fed is called beautiful ladies who are a little older, sounds like my place, right? But stinking dirty, you're not finding me there. There you go. Why is anybody going to a fete called stinking dirty? What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something.
And see all the Hindu in the front row, whining low. And when they come in the temple and Baba say clap, they clapping like they have a stroke. Huh? Bhagwan who will save you and grant you mukti, salvation. You're clapping like, but stink and dirty, you could whine low.
Ain't it?
That's a fact. It's a fact. It's the truth.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what he said. So basically, he's saying he's giving a scenario here about how parents worry about their kids when they leave the house and they're going and partying somewhere, liming somewhere, meeting some friends and doing like nonsense, basically. And, he's like, you can come to the temple. You like to party here, And he's also kind of making the point, like, the energy that you're giving at the fete, give the same energy at the temple. I didn't see anything, wrong with this. I know Pandit Seetahal has a very, like I said, a specific way of speaking. He just sort of tells it like it is. And let me tell you something also. This is on my mind recently from this whole thing. When the Pandit is singing songs, right? Because people, for whatever reason, can't take the philosophy, right? So they're like, all right, I'm just going to sing a song after every word. And then the whole katha is them singing songs, singing film songs, singing old-time songs, right? And everybody says, oh, these babas, I went to the yug and I came out stupider than when I went in. That's the thing people say, right? Oh, Pandit is bandit. Oh, Pandit only looking for dachina, right? He's only looking for donations. People say those things, right? Then, here you have a Pandit who's trying to tell you the right thing to do, okay? Don't find yourself in these places where you can get in trouble. Come to the Mandir, okay? Or the church, or the masjid, or whatever, okay? That's literally all he's saying. So your parents don't have to worry about you. Crime is an epidemic in Trinidad. The crime rate is super high, and then somehow, for whatever reason, it cannot be solved. So don't find yourself in places where you could be potentially hurt, killed, robbed, whatever it may be. That's literally what I interpret from what he's saying right now. Find yourself at the Mandir. If you like to get wet, he'll throw you in the ocean. I didn't find offense to what he's saying. When he came to Minnesota, he also kind of spoke in that way, And I was also not offended by that. I think some people were, but not me, because he's not talking about me. This did not offend me because he's not talking about me. Okay, when he came to Minnesota and he's like, oh, and you're covering your head with a orni and you're showing off to everybody. He's not talking about me. I don't cover my head with an orni and I don't show off to anybody. So why would I get upset? Am I right? So it's the same thing. Like, if you get upset, it's because he's talking about you and you're trying to justify your actions. You know? So let's look at the comment section. In this, on the Facebook page, I noticed that the comment section was pretty positive. A little objection here and there. But I did notice on Instagram, somebody also posted what he said, and they added a little bit more too. And one person said, it was such a long post that they made, but one thing they said was, this was such in poor taste and representation of the greater Hindu community. Our teachings are not to judge and bring shame onto others. Let me tell you something, okay? It is his responsibility to tell you what's right and what's wrong. That's literally his job. He is not the neighbor down the street watching you through the curtain. Okay? That's not him. He's not, some auntie or some granny or something like that. Okay? He's not. He's a pandit. Right? So he will tell you, according to the scripture, should be like this. That's literally his job. So yes, it is his place to judge, to pass a judgment. Especially when this man goes to a funeral like every other day because somebody got killed, somebody got murdered, somebody got tiffin killed. I mean, of course his opinion is like this. Of course. And they leave small children behind, a wife behind. But he's speaking to his disciples, his well-wishers, his friends. He's speaking to his congregation. And they understand that what he's saying is for their betterment. It's not that he gets something if you come to the Mandir. If you want to give a donation, you can. If you don't, you don't, right? What he's saying is you get the benefit from that, from you coming to the Mandir, right? It's your eternal salvation. So, yeah, I think he does have a place to judge. I think it's fine. And they put in bold, focus on the teachings of the Ramayana and the Vedas. Yeah, when they focus on the teachings of the Ramayana and the Vedas, you don't come. At least here you're putting your eyes on something with his crazy shirt that he's wearing. Huh? If he just how many people focusing on the Ramayana and the Vedas? And you never listen, whoever this is. April Ali 91. This person said, I love him. That's why I stay out the temple. I don't belong there. Okay. This one says, he well know the words to Kokoti. What's Kokoti? What's Kokoti? Did I miss something? I think it's in this other. Let me look up Kokoti. Am I going to be scared if I look up Kokoti? It sounds nice. Kes the band. 10 million views. Okay, work. All right, I'm done. I had enough. Nice song. Why wouldn't he know Coco? Does people think he lives under a rock or something? Is that what they think? Pandit just lives under a rock? He wouldn't know what Kokoti is? Let me tell you something. What's the population of Trinidad? 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million. Not a lot of people. So if some people are like, how does he know all these Hindus are at a fete? It's not a very big place. 1.5 million is not a lot of people. Okay? He has Instagram. He has Facebook. And when people tag you, he can see you. Okay? He knows. He sees all your, what's it called? Stinking dirty pictures or whatever. He sees all of that. That's how he knows. He may not go, but that doesn't mean he doesn't see. You think these pundits have no eyes? How does he know Kokoti? He has social media. He probably heard it somewhere. Maybe he listens to it. That sounded like a cute song. I don't know. Kokoti. So that's my thoughts on it. Is consider what he's trying to say. Is, first of all, the energy that you put into going to a fete, you could bring that same energy to the Mandir. Secondly, I think he's also trying to say, your parents worry about you. Trinidad is not a safe place. And when you go out to Lyme, and especially when you don't tell them where you're going, who you're with, that kind of stuff, he said, they're peeking through the curtains, they're looking for you, they're watching out for you all the time, waiting for you to come home. Better you're somewhere that's safe. I think that, to me, was my understanding. So my mom sent me his response the next day to this viral video of his. And I'm going to share that with you now.
Tonight, there are many things that as soon as it stands in front of your pathway.
Sorry. Day 2 of this, I think 3 nights of Shivaratri. And he's still wearing the Jesus robe. Why are we wearing the Jesus robe? What am I missing with this Jesus robe?
You're supposed to immediately. Do not wait. Immediately. And anytime you entertain it, it means that you like it. For instance, I will tell you that I purposely kept off Facebook and Instagram and all of those things today because I know I would have been the most popular person there today. I purposely kept off. But there was one member of the group who sent me a clip of a comment that a person made. And she's not a person of East Indian descent, but she made a comment. And she said, I can't stand this Pandit. Well, I want to tell you, if you can't stand me, you better sit down.
I need to keep that in my arsenal. If you can't stand me, then you better sit down.
Because I will always remain me. And there is nothing that you will say or anybody will say that will prevent me from protecting my dharma. Because my scripture says, protect your dharma, and your dharma in return will protect you. And the person who speaks the truth and stands up for that which is right is a person who will be hated by many. But you know what? In the eyesight of Bhagwan, it is okay to stand out and to be different. I want to tell you that change and positivity begins with little steps in the right direction. And unless you are made aware, and unless you are reminded from time to time, then you know what happened? We take it for granted that whatever we are doing is acceptable in society and in the culture that we belong to. I want to say it with no apology that today my phone was bombarded by all of the different newspapers and different beings they call, and they all wanted to know what was my opinion of other people's opinion. And my opinion of your opinion is that your opinion belongs to you. My opinion belongs to me. And so, not in an effort, all I tried to say was that the same energy and effort you use to do the other things, you should invest some of that energy in doing this worship.
See? Exactly
What I'm trying to
I said.
say is that if you're a Christian, be the best Christian you can be. If you're a Muslim, be the best Muslim you can be. If you're a Hindu, be the best Hindu you can be. Isn't it very coincidental that the Hindu community is celebrating Mahashivratri? Isn't it very coincidental that the Muslim community is going to start their fast on Saturday? And isn't it very, very coincidental that amidst all of this celebration, the Christians are going to celebrate Ash Wednesday in a few days from now? Isn't this supposed to be an auspicious holy time? So then when you are reminded, why do you become mad? How much of us make a long line to go to Lord Shiva? Huh? You come to the temple and you see 2 cars in front of you and you're impatient, you get mad, you blow up your horn and you behave bad. This
is exactly it also. You know, I've seen this many times at a Hindu temple. Like, The program is 2 hours, but sometimes it'll go over a little bit if you have a special speaker or something. But people are mad. Oh, I have to go home now. Okay? You dedicate your time to so many things. You have your whole week and you dedicate all that time to so many different activities. But a little extra 15 minutes, right? Over the 2 hours, can't dedicate. No. How dare it go over time? You know? People can't sit and just listen. It's a shame.
Thankful. Do you know? You're going to anything else and you sit down patiently and you wait. Anything for Bhagwan and God and worship. And the person who speaks the truth and talks out is a person who have little or no friends. I want to admit to you, I have no friends. And there is
excuse me. What am I, a potato? I thought we were friends. I mean, we don't talk or anything, but we're on good terms. We had a friendly exchange the one time we met. I have your number. I have your WhatsApp number. What? How dare you? I'm a friend. He can be my friend. Just don't make fun of my weight or my looks or how I talk or how I sing, and we're fine.
There's a reason why. Because you know why? I have learned to keep to myself and to be the best version of me. I have learned that the only person that could genuinely make you happy is you, nobody else. I have learned that anytime you depend on others to make you happy, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed. So do not depend on anybody else. Make yourself happy by yourself and be the best version of who you are. Be the best version of yourself. Hunch the person next to you and say, hey, you hear that? Be the best version of yourself.
So basically, he confirmed exactly what I said, you know. It's just it's his job to tell people to come to the Mandir. I mean, he's a Pandit. You can't fault him for that. One thing I do want to say, and I find it's my place to say, okay, like he's a Pandit. I'm not a practicing Pandit, but I do have my certificate from the deity worship course, so I have the ability to be a Purohit. I have my degree from Bhakti Shastri, so I'm technically a Pandit, but I don't practice. But because I have a background like that, I do want to say one thing. If Pandit Seetahal if he ever watches this, I'm reminded of a verse from Bhagavad Gita. I believe it was chapter 17, about austerity of speech. Let me find it here. So I did want to say this. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 15, it says, austerity of speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. So yes, I think it is very important for pundits especially to say what's right and what's wrong. That's very important. But austerity of speech is how do we say it that's the most effective. If Pandit Seetahal says that this is the most effective way of getting through to people, totally fine. All these people that are saying, oh, see, that's why I don't come to the Mandir, they would have never come anyway, most likely. But there might be a few where it kind of hit them and they're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, but again, it's just something to keep in mind. Like maybe there was a different way he could have said what he said. Again, like, because it is truthful, right? We're looking at the austerity of speech. It's truthful, yes. Was it pleasing? Not really. Is it beneficial? Yes. Not agitating to others? A lot of people got agitated. Regularly reciting Vedic literature? Yeah, it was about Shiva Puran. So it wasn't entirely pleasing, and it was agitating. But everything else kind of checked out. One should not, Srila Prabhupada said, one should not speak in such a way to agitate the mind of others. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of his students. That's another thing also. Like, if he spoke like this to his chelas, right, to his disciples, totally different. If you knew my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Swami Maharaj, very, very kind, right? He's the epitome of kindness, of mercy, of Vaishnava qualities. Anyone that meets him is just like blown away with how kind and soft-hearted he is. But when you're his disciple, especially one that's a little bit closer to him, he doesn't hesitate to really like tell it like it is. You know, he doesn't have to waste time beating around the bush with being kind and being charitable like he does with the outside people. Again, it's something to consider because, like I said, there's a way you speak to your disciples and there's a way you speak to the general population. And I hope that Pandit Seetahal keeps that in mind in the future. Or not. It's up to him. And I just wanted to share that little bit of Shastra, that when we do have to share a truth, especially a bitter truth or a harsh truth, let's try to phrase it in a way that's a little bit more compelling for people to understand. Again, for me, maybe because it doesn't apply to me, I thought what he said was fine. And it was funny. And I now know what cocoa tea is. So that's all I have to say about this. I would love to hear what you have to say. So please feel free to leave a comment below and share your thoughts with me. And let's have a real discussion about what you thought about what he said. Was he right? Was he wrong? Was it the presentation? What is it that you think about what Pandit Seetahal says? And as always, please like, share, subscribe, comment, of course, like I said. Check out the description box to find out ways to support me. Be good to each other and be good to yourselves. And thank you for being damn good. Bye!